just waiting for people to join. All by myself. I'm gonna be all by myself. Don't give up my day job. Oh, just me. One watching. Sharon Meredith Smith, hi. Looks like me and you. Okay. Oh, the poetry posse, here they come. Caroline. I'm sure I've just seen Caroline. How is everybody? How you all doing? Hi, Jeff. I hope you're well. I have received your rights and they will feature on the next Vocal Point. Caroline, happy Wednesday to you. So we've got 5, hopefully a few more are joining. So how's everybody getting on? Is everybody okay? Is everybody well? I'm a little bit rough today. A hell of a lot going on in my life at the moment, and just needed, I think, just a total wipeout. And of course, no, I didn't hit the wine. I hit the bloody vodka. Ugh. So yeah, I will not be touching any more drink for a long time. I'm glad you're well, Caroline. Hoover, hi. Hoover is the latest poet to join our great team. Ron, hi Ron. I'm glad you could join us. We've got some cracking rights for you tonight. Some are quite short and sweet. Some are a little longer. And we've got some poets that we've not featured before, actually. It's usually the same poetry posse that submit. Jeff Stockton. Talking about submissions, I know Vocal Point is a fortnightly at the moment because that's all that I can do. But please get your submissions across to vocalpointspoken@gmail.com, all lowercase. Hi Nalini. Hi Carl. Right, so have you all managed to have a look at our latest edition zine? It's brilliant. It's unbelievable, the talent in Dark Poetry Society. I'm not read it all yet because there's so much in there. But a big shout out to Jerry Langdon for putting it all together and formatting it, etc. And well done to everybody who contributed, and thanks for contributing. It's at the top of the group. And will be until tomorrow morning till our promotional feature goes up. So have a look at it. And submissions for the next e-zine will be from the 1st of May. So keep your eyes out for that. Different theme. This one's a bit cheeky, but we thought we'd give it a try. Okay. So the first write I'm going to read is by a guy that I don't think he's been in the group long. And I saw it on his page actually, and he put, I've had writer's block or something along these lines, and a few of his friends had said, well, try freestyle, and this is what he came up with, and I think it's pretty good actually myself. So here goes. It's Ken Nettleton, or his full name Kenneth Everett Nettleton. Short and sweet. Suck it up. How? Just move on. Where? Get over it. I can't. Only you can fix it. So it is broke. Are you even trying? I think so. It's not all that bad. How do you know? I'm here for you. Okay. Many people have it worse, so I'm good. I have problems too. How can I help? And that was it. I think he's using quite common sayings that people say, and you know, you don't know what to say back to them. I thought it was a sweet little write, that. Adam Wilson, hello. We've got the next one's by John J. Valley. John, I think, is known for the humour in his writes. They usually make me chuckle. They're not all funny, but he does some cracking writes, so you need to check him out in group. So this is John J. Valley. I asked him what this was about, so quote unquote John J. Valley's words. I was inspired when I visited the grave of my older brother. He was buried in the plot next to my mum and dad. Just being there with all of them, missing them, knowing there's only one way we will be together again. That emotion stays with me. So that's what he said about this write, which is another short and sweet one. I was at your grave today when I kissed a rose whose thorn pierced my lip. It did make me taste the blood of love's eternal bond. My heart's sorrow craves the silence of the ground, to sleep beside you, forever in passion's keep. How lovely is that? So he obviously goes to see his family, and he just wrote that really short, sweet write. We've got a few short ones tonight. You don't have to. Do you agree, as poets? You don't have to write a really long write, do you? You know, I mean, look at some of the quotes. Lisa Otto, she's great. She does some brilliant quotes. And there's a lady called Christine that does as well. Hoover also does some nice quotes. And so much can be said in a couple of lines. Kelly Owen, hello, what are you doing? Thought you were meant to be working. So yeah, I think, you know, you can just write a paragraph and say so much, or even a couple of sentences, and I love that. So the next write is regular, actually. James K. Blaylock, he sends me over quite a few writes, and his are the epitome of, they say so much, as this one does, in so little, you know, in a paragraph. You're gonna get yourself in trouble, Kelly. Ali, hi sweetheart, I hope you're well. So James K. Blaylock, Glorious Silence. Will there be another day whenever we find the way back into glorious silence? No more attacking noises, because it's really hard living in this realm of disheartening. Can't we untie our Ethernet cables, conjoining to eat around our tables? So obviously technology is taking over, and a lot of people are saying that you know, the old sitting around the table, we used to do it as kids on a Saturday, you know. My mum would get some steaks in and it was a treat, and we'd sit down and we'd have a good chat. Does that still happen? Probably not. I know my face is in social media too many hours of every day, but anyway, what did everybody think of that one? Yeah, I do, Caroline. I love it. I think it's a really good write. A really good write. So I think a few people here that are actually on. No worries, Martin. It's nice to see you. We need you back as mod. I don't care if you work 24 hours a day. Doors open, you know it is. Always open. So quite a few of you that are here right now, I think, submitted to edition 2 of the e-zine, Twisted Fairy Tales themed. What does everybody think about it? Have you had a chance to look at it? Excuse me. I know Carl submitted, Kelly did, Janelle did, Ali. Caroline, it'd be good to see you in there. We have a themed one coming up, submissions from the 1st of May. Like I said, it's a bit cheeky, but it should produce some interesting rights. Okay. So the next one is William Balzac. William features and posts practically every day in group. Hi William, that was well timed, just about to read yours. Again, it's a short and sweet write. So let's see. William Balzac, Demons. I always knew I wasn't alone. With my demons, so compatible they do become. I've taken off the old coat with its inside pockets, concealing each hand of warm smoke that has uplifted each alleyway, higher, higher, then gone. Yeah, I'm just reflecting on it. I sort of, I think, get the gist of this one, but I mean, William's here, William Demons, that I've just read. What sort of inspired this? You know, where did you get your idea from? I always knew I wasn't alone. With my demons, it's so compatible they do become. You are right, we all have demons, don't we? Mine was demon vodka last night, and I'm still suffering. And if you see me drinking, let me tell you, this is not vodka. This is lemonade. Ugh, never again. Well, till next week. William, are you here? Can you tell us what it was about? Or maybe you can tell us later. This next one, I was hoping Stephen would be around, actually. Oh, it's fantastic. I love it. Stephen A. North, sorry, I'm sort of keeping my eye on comments as well as trying to remember what I'm saying. Stephen A. North, yeah, he submitted this to the Twisted Fairy Tales theme of the e-zine. And it really is a good read. It has a twist that you don't expect. And it's called The Twisted Fairy Tale. I am the last, a living myth from the past. At night, in uncertain light, I pass for human. A tall, slender male with broad shoulders, long, unruly hair, alabaster skin, and almond-shaped eyes of jade. I am well made for the night, prowling beneath the moon's light, seeking a human maid, for an evening of sin and carnal delight. I can always find a lonely wife, willing to share joy. One night I scaled a castle wall and made my way into the keep, thinking all were asleep. I found a lovely lass clad in a nightgown, standing alone on the balustrade. Her hair was unbound, a gorgeous auburn cascade, and her eyes smouldered with fiery heat. When I took her in my arms and our lips did meet, clothes were undone in haste and she mounted me there. With shapely legs around my waist, she moaned with each thrust of my hips, impaled upon me, riding so ferociously. Then there was a shout, from her husband, no doubt, and we were too close to stop. we went over the edge together in a climatic release. And I thought, it's too late to defend myself. But then I saw his open fly, and I knew I wouldn't die this night. He too was spent from watching his wife and I. Oh God, that was funny. Oh, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It's just got such a cracking ending that you don't expect it, do you? Brilliant, Stephen. I'm sorry you missed that, but I'm just going to see if I can see the comments, because I noticed William. So going back to the... Oh, where have you gone? Can you guys see me? I've suddenly gone off camera. I don't know what happened there, sorry. So going back to William's previous write, Demons, William said he was writing about his addiction as a teenager, which, I mean, that's what makes poets, isn't it? Things that you've been through that you write about. You know, you let your pens bleed. Yeah. I can't see any comments at the moment, guys. I'm not sure what's going on again. Bear with me. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, was an excellent one, that one by Stephen. Made me giggle. We've got some amazing poetry in the group. I mean, take a look at edition 2 and edition 1 and 2 of the e-zine. I mean, it's just amazing. There's so many talented people out there. I just can't believe it. And this lady is no exception. Justine Nichole. Such beautiful imagery in her writes, and I absolutely love her work. I really do. So this one is called Sunrise, Justine Nichole. Early morning, dew in the air, birds chirping, silent prayer. I thank the universe for aligning the sun's traverse. Dawn horizon, pastel colours painted in the sky, the moon still present as it waves goodbye, surely to return again after its journey to the other side, blessing us once more into the night. But for now, I sip my coffee and watch the sunrise, certain to bring beautiful sights, always peaceful, the renewing of life. Daybreak, sun up, dawning of the morning skies. We wake, we dream, in peace we breathe, taking in the sweet serenity. Sunrise and pleasant amity, basking in its gentle tranquility. This song of lovely repose, listening to the morning crows. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. So, you know, sitting there and having a coffee and watching the sunrise and nature. And it's true, you know. I'm fortunate that, I mean, I rent this place, but there's a communal garden, and I just sit there at night sometimes listening to the birds. It's things like that are such small things, but you know, it's just lovely. Yes, Ali, I love the last line. This song of lovely repose, listening to the morning crows. Absolutely gorgeous. You can almost see yourself sort of sat there, can't you? Really, you really can. It's fantastic. So, we've got 3 or 4 others. We'll probably be done in about 20 minutes, to be honest. I thought it would take longer than that, but obviously not. The next one is by Jerry Langdon, our amazing editor of the Dark Poetry Society. He pulls it all together. He formats it, everything. And he's also a fantastic writer. What a lot of people won't know about Jerry is that he's published about several books. You need to check out some of his work, guys. Great writer. Writes a lot of dark stuff most of the time, and this is no different. And again, I said to him, can you tell me a bit about what it's about? Although in most cases I do get a feeling of what it's about, it just helps me understand it that little bit more and connect with it. So to quote and unquote Jerry, this is what he said about the poem that I'll read shortly. I carry quite a few invisible scars. This is about how art and poetry help to cover them, almost heal them. I have literally destroyed paintings and poems in the past. This is about that rage, or rage in general, where I want to destroy myself, alone, for being angry and not just swallowing the thoughts and emotions. So this is about his past anger and how he's dealt with it. And it's called Ruin. I've been standing at the edge of my existence. It feels like I've been sitting a life sentence, reading the writing on the walls. In the background, some voice calls. I stand and stare into a pit lined with spikes, cowering in the corner like a wallflower no one likes. Oh no, that's a memory put aside that once kept me crippled inside. Standing at a canvas, I just want to slit open and make it bleed. Sitting everything out, a moment of rage is all I need. The universe doesn't hear my cries. I asked for a meteor, it sent butterflies. Here I am standing, wanting to scream and beat the fuck out of a tree. Instead, I'm sitting here, bleeding my heart out writing poetry. My sanity walking a dangerous line. Maybe I've already lost my mind. There's a few, lines that come out there for me, The universe doesn't hear my cries. I asked for a meteor, it sent butterflies. A lot of anger in there. I think maybe that should have been read a little angrier, actually. But brilliant writer, Jerry. He really is. I've read a fair few of his. And I wouldn't hesitate to read any of his at all. So a couple of things before the next write. So the first thing that I would like to mention is the 3rd edition is open for submissions from the 1st of May. The theme is hexes and X's. Now, we all should have something to say about that. Now, when we have a theme, it does not mean that you can only send themed writes. I need to make that really clear. We have a theme because, well, it's fun to have a theme and to see what, what writes come in. But don't let a theme put you off. You can actually submit any writes that you want to. So, just to reiterate, just because there's a theme, it does not mean you have to write to that theme. Yeah, hexes and X's, or X's and hexes. We've got some cracking themes coming up for editions over the next few months. This is a bit cheeky, but hell, I might even write for it myself. Who knows? And we're looking for moderators. We need some moderators. We've got a great team, and we've had a few new people joined us at Hoover Poetry. Ibrahim, Arijit, who's killing it, Crystal Jackson. The team are amazing. Now, what I would like to say is that sometimes it may take a short while before your poetry is approved. And that is because there isn't, you know, it's not a manned 24/7. Although majority of the time we all have lives and work and stuff. So bear with us, okay, if it's waiting for a little while. It will get approved, unless you've been naughty. William, hi. And Stephen North. Oh, Stephen, I've just read yours. You'll be able to watch it at the end anyway, or if we've got time, I'll read it again for you. The next poem, and I am actually amazed at what this poet has done. I've seen him around. He's not been long, I don't think, in Dark Poetry Society, but he's featuring in our promotional spotlight in May. And of course I have to read through and check it, etc. And I was like, God, he's done absolutely loads. His name is Brian Rihlmann. He's quite well known in a fair few groups. And, you know, he's had 2 published books. This is by publishing houses. He's had, let's have a look. His first book, Ordinary Trauma, was published by Alien Buddha Press. His second book, Night at My Throat, was published by Pony One Dog Press. He's got a third that's coming out this summer, which, fair enough, he's not disclosing who that's being published by, or the title at this stage. I would imagine that he's probably under, you know, some sort of not oath, you know what I mean, where you can't say anything until it goes to publish. So he's done loads. Absolutely loads. Oh, Jerry, I know you've missed your right as well. I don't know what we're going to do. William Balzac says he's been naughty. Okay, so Brian Rihlmann. Night's Grace. A pre-dawn Sunday morning. The beauty of the still, slumbering city, her neon streets placid and empty, as the face of a woman who drives you mad when she's awake, but at least you love to watch her sleep, love to lie beside her and listen to her breathe when she's as far from you as the stars, dreaming. And you tell yourself that this means something, that this means anything, that this peaceful eggshell surface, swaddled in night's grace, is thick enough to bear your heaviness through another day. Gorgeous, isn't it? Night's Grace by Brian Rihlmann. Really, really lovely, right? So, who's going to submit for X's and hexes then? I think we've all got 1 or 2 in the wardrobe. Hi, Andrew. Jonathan Daniels, thanks for joining us. John Drudge, hello. I hope you're well. And you've missed the majority of the show, guys, but maybe next week. I know it's a strange time for our American friends to join us. 6 p.m. UK. So what's that in America? 11, 12 noon. Ali says, oh my word, the last line. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It was beautiful, that Night's Grace by Brian Rihlmann. And the next one is a absolutely stunning piece by Paul Gilliland. Paul is... I'm running out of adjectives. I really am. Wonderful writer. Absolutely wonderful writer. And this one is called My Thoughts of You. My thoughts throughout the day are all of you. From warmth you bring to me with sunny rays, that dries my tears as fresh as morning dew, and clear away my clouds on stormy days. I hear your footsteps in the falling rain, and hear your voice in every robin's song. Each morning in the nightingale's refrain are memories that linger all day long. Your spirit is a welcome nightly guest that soothes my soul as I lie down to sleep. It comforts me throughout my time of rest, reminding me of memories to keep. I see your smile when I look to the moon, for you were taken from this world too soon. Bit of a sad one, that, isn't it? But beautiful. Paul's featured in promotional, and he's going to be Poet of the Week in May. So, you know, well deserved. Beautiful writer. Beautiful writer. We've only got one left after this. I think I figured the timing out on this wrong. I've got 14 watching. That's pretty good. So, please submit any rights that you would like me to read to vocalpointspoken@gmail.com, lowercase. It will be running fortnightly at the moment, so the next one is on the 12th of May. As soon as my personal life gets back on track, we can go back to weekly. But I do have to write all the rights out, so that takes time. And with everything else that's going on, it's just not feasible at the moment, but we will do soon. Yes, Jerry, that was a beautiful write. Wonderful, Brian Rihlmann, says Jerry. Heartbreakingly beautiful. Hiya, Matty. Oh, you're all joining now when we're nearly done. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Okay. One of the great writers in Dark Poetry Society is Hank Beukema. He goes by Rev Bookman and does a hell of a lot of spoken. Matty, I'd check him out. He's brilliant. He's on YouTube. Hank Beukema. The Speed of Heartbreak. This is quite sad too. He left the office Friday and ran all the way to his old car. He didn't know where he was going, but knew this time it had to be too far. He's going to drive west towards the sunset, and he's not going to stop until he's won his bet. He's betting he can find the speed of heartbreak and drive right through to the other side. He's working on another bottle. It's the only friend that'll take the ride. He'll keep on heading for the sunset. Time's the one thing he's got to spend. Keep on driving, old man, he tells himself. Someday your heart is going to mend. He wants to whisper all his secrets to a woman who only cares for him and all his dark corners, and in the morning will still be there. He wants to call his son and tell him how he's proud. And he's all... oh, God, I messed this up. I do apologise. He wants to whisper all his secrets to a woman who only cares for him and all his dark corners, and in the morning will still be there. He wants to call his son and tell him how proud he's always going to be of the way he's grown up tall and honest and living his life so wild and free. He tells them both how much he loves them and that there's nothing much more he can say. He leaves the grass and the tombs behind, drives through the graveyard gate and on his way. Come on, page. When your past is just a memory and alone is all you have left, You've got to point it towards that sunset and keep on hoping you'll win the bet. He's betting he can find the speed of heartbreak and drive right through to the other side. He's working on another bottle. It's the only friend that'll take the ride. He'll keep on heading for the sunset, times the one thing he's got to spend. Keep on driving, old man, he keeps telling himself. Someday, your heart is going to mend. I love it. I love the repetition that Hank does in some of his poetry. You know, as you've seen there, the second and third stanza were repeated at the end again, and it just affirms the story. It's a beautiful, beautiful write, and a great read, and bloody sad. Really sad. What I'm going to do on the 12th of May, I am going to be telling a poet's life story. And it will be a story. It's not a poetry. It's not poetry per se. It's prose. And what this lady's been through is just unbelievable. It's sad. It'll have you gripped. It'll have you crying. It's Gabby. She goes by Gabby, poetess. You may well have seen some of her writes in group. And this is about her life. I will be reading that on the 12th of May, which will probably be a good 10 minutes. And we'll also still be reading some poetry as well. Seeing as we've got time, and hopefully if people don't mind, we'll read Jerry Langdon's again. And Stephen North, we'll read Stephen North's again. Is everyone okay with that? Are you here, Stephen? Yeah, Gabby is really, really brave. She's been to hell and back. Absolutely hell and back. We're not that dissimilar in age, and she was around in the Ceausescu regime, which will more than tell you enough, but yeah. Okay, seeing as it's Stephen North and seeing as it's our Jerry, let's do another read. So, here we go. Stephen A. North, A Twisted Fairy Tale. I am the last, a living myth from the past. At night, in uncertain light, I pass for human. A tall, slender male with broad shoulders, long, unruly hair, alabaster skin, and almond-shaped eyes of jade. I am well made for the night. Prowling beneath the moon's light, seeking a human maid for an evening of sin and carnal delight. I can always find a lonely wife, willing to share joy. One night I scaled a castle wall and made my way into the keep, thinking all were asleep. I found a lovely lass clad in a nightgown, standing alone on the balustrade. Her hair was unbound, a gorgeous auburn cascade, and her eyes smouldered with fiery heat. When I took her in my arms and our lips did meet, clothes were undone in haste, and she mounted me there, with shapely legs around my waist. She moaned with each thrust of my hips, impaled upon me, riding so ferociously. Then there was a shout, from her husband, no doubt. And we were too close to stop. We went over the edge, together in climatic release. That endless moment of joyous death. And I thought, it's too late to defend myself. But then I saw his open fly, and I knew I wouldn't die this night. He too was spent from watching his wife and I. I love that. Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, God. When I first read that, Stephen, I wasn't expecting that, and I just cracked up. I was like, oh, my God. Oh my God. Brilliant. And of course it's featured in this month's e-zine as well, or e-zine, as I think a lot of you are. If you haven't submitted any rights, then get them sent. X's and hexes is the theme for edition 3, which will be open for submissions from the 1st of May. So keep your eye on announcements and group posts. Although it's themed, I stress again, it does not have to be in the theme of that. We'd love you to do that, but if it's not a theme that floats your boat or you're not interested, send us something that you want us to see. So, yeah, Jerry, Ruin. And I gave you the read up before of what Jerry said. About him carrying a few invisible scars, and this is about past anger and how poetry and art has helped him heal. So here we go. Ruin, Jerry Langdon. I've been standing at the edge of my existence. It feels like I've been sitting a life sentence, reading the writing on the walls. In the background, some voice calls. I stand and stare into a pit lined with spikes, cowering in the corner like a wallflower no one likes. Oh no, that's a memory put aside that once kept me crippled inside. Standing at a canvas, I just want to slit open and make it bleed. Sitting everything out, a moment of my rage is all I need. The universe doesn't hear my cries. I asked for a meteor, I got butterflies. Here I am standing, wanting to scream and beat the fuck out of a tree. Instead I'm sitting here, bleeding my heart out writing poetry. My sanity walking a dangerous line. Maybe I've already lost my mind. And I must apologise there, Jerry. It should be it sent butterflies, not I got butterflies. I don't know why I did that. Brilliant read. We were bigging you up before, Jerry. There's so many people that don't actually know that you've got, is it 6, 7 books under your belt? And Jerry gave me access to them all, and here and there I go in and have a read. Fantastic. Predominantly a dark writer, but nonetheless fantastic. So we've had some great reads tonight. We really have. We've had short and sweet. And we've had William Balzac, Stephen A. North, James K. Blaylock, Hank Beukema, Justine Nichole, Paul Gilliland, Jerry Langdon, Brian Rihlmann, Ken, Nettleton and John J. Valley. Thank you to you all if you're watching. 5 books. Well, 5 books, Jerry. That's something I want to mention. I will be working closely with Carl Butler, who you all know, Father Nature, amongst many other names he's called, who is working on his first book, and it's called Black Swan Calling. Release date is yet to, well, we've only just started. Well, should I say, I'm helping him, you know, he's doing all the work. I'm just helping him rejig things around, etc., and proofreading for him. It's going to be an amazing book. Absolutely amazing. So keep your eyes out for that. Black Swan Calling. Hoping to do an audiobook for him. Not quite sure how that's going to work out. But he does so much for me. It's the least I can do. Now, I'm not sure that anybody would want to listen to an audiobook with just me going on all the way through, but we'll see. So, yeah, lots happening. Lots happening in the group. So, vocalpointspoken at gmail.com. Please get your rights over to me. And if you've not already, have a look at the latest e-zine, which is pinned to announcements. You can also download a PDF, which is under files. So Dark Poetry Society, just below the name, you'll see a lot of subtitles, files. It's there for you to download. Share away. The more that know, what we do for our members, and the hard work that Jerry has put in, formatting, editing, etc. Thank you so much. Can't thank you enough. I mean, what more can we do? We have promotion spotlight, spoken spotlight, poet of the week, this, a monthly magazine. I'd like to say, you know, in the future there might be an anthology, but might not be for a while. So when we do things in this group, we do it well and we do it right. We don't just, you know, do everything at once like some groups. Okay, thank you guys for listening in. I'm going to go eat, and I will catch you on the 12th of May, which will be a poet story. Gabby, poetess, it will be the first and possibly the second part of her story. It needs to be told. It really does. And of course, there'll be some more great writes. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Have a great week, everybody. And I'll catch up with you all soon. Thank you. Good night.